We're back.
Memories broken, the truth goes unspoken. I've even forgotten my name. I don't know the season or what is the reason I'm standing here holding my blade.
That seems appropriate. So let's continue. We left off in the middle of a odd puzzle dungeon. And it's been like 2 weeks. How long have you been gone? 2 weeks. Alright. So we came from the right. We flipped that over. There was no value to it being the other direction. Are we doing health-wise? Perfect. Alright. What does this get me? Seems like the beginnings of a bridge. Oh, goodies.
This does not look good.
Here we go. Water was weak to ground, if I... Oh yeah, double cast. Excellent damage. All that, and it's maybe a quarter of its health. And what Flarus does in terms of damage. Because even with damage up, like, there's not a whole lot there. Hey, how you doing, Isa? Murder? Ich bin ein Mörder. Flarus is definitely better. Not by much. And for the extra cost, it's not worth it. Well, this is Lost Odyssey. Released in 2007 on Xbox. We're playing it on the Xbox One via backwards compatibility. We are essentially in endgame, checking out a bunch of side areas that were unlocked. He's gonna die before he can cast. This thing could finally die, I'd appreciate it. Right, so Kaim and Seth are doing the bigger damage. There you go.
That was close.
There we go, that's better. No, it's exclusive to Xbox 360. There's not really a good reason why it's not on Steam. I think Microsoft owns it. They published it, paid for it. Yeah, it's only on Xbox. Never got a PC release. I mean, if you go out and get an Xbox eventually, like, I think the backwards compatibility is worth it. Like, we go through here and look at how many games have the Xbox 360 logo or the Xbox original logo. It's the majority of what I have the system for. It's like, yeah, a bunch of these games are available on PC, but they're much more of a pain to get running on PC. And here, you just start them up and they work. I mean, you can play Sonic Adventure on PC. And if you're going to take the time to mod it, I would probably recommend playing Sonic Adventure on PC. But it's on Xbox, not on PlayStation, not on Nintendo. I've been enjoying this. I've had complaints here and there, but overall this has been a very enjoyable game. I am about ready for it to be over so we can play something else. But that's because we're like 50 plus hours in, and we are getting to the end. I just need to stop side questing and go and hit up the final dungeon. I will say though, like, based on everything I've been going through with this, you could call this the last great traditional JRPG. Yeah, I remember with Legend Dragoon, timing the attacks with the combos and such. Yeah. There's a bunch of other stuff I'll need to play, and I'm not counting stuff like Persona 5, because that came out like, way later. And even then, Persona 4 on PS2 came out after that. But Persona 4 had the benefit of still being on the PS2. Like, this is definitely one of the last great original traditional JRPGs. And it's been good.
Okay. That was close.
I think the biggest warning to it, the biggest warning I would have if you want to try and get into this, is that it is slow. The battle system is slow, the navigation's kind of slow. Like, it's not a fast-paced game in any instance. I've not played Persona 4 since I beat Golden on Vita. I've not played 5 since I beat 5 in its original release. But I am definitely tired of hearing about Persona 5 over everything else in the series. It's overplayed. Well, I enjoyed Persona 5 when I played it in the original release. And I stand by my opinion that it was a good game. I'm just really tired of hearing about it. Like, by the time Persona 5 came out, I was also really tired of hearing about Persona 4. Because they'd been overdoing Persona 4 with the spin-offs as well. But it didn't help, honestly, that Persona 5 came out and I bought it release day, I got the special edition. It didn't help that they released a more complete version of it, like 2 years later for full price. That frustrated me. Yeah, there was Persona 4 Arena, then there was Arena Ultimax, then there was Persona 4 Dancing, and there was Persona Q. And, like, by the end of it, I was really just tired of the Persona 4 milking. Yeah, it is. It is similar to that, and I'm guessing based on the way they did that with Final Fantasy and Hearts for so long, it's more of an accepted thing in Japan. Doesn't mean I'm gonna put up with it. And Atlas had done it a lot. They did it with Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. The Western release, when it came out, was the revised release that came out later. Persona 3 happened, then there was Persona 3 FPS, Persona 4 happened, then there was Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5, then Persona 5 Royal. Like, it happened multiple times. Shin Megami Tensei 5, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. And the end result of it just happening over and over again is, like, I'm not going to be buying an Atlas game on release ever again. What skills do we have left? Yeah. Plus, I'm in a different mindset now. Like, you gotta remember, Persona 5 came out so long ago. At this point. Like, it's been a long time, and I am basically a different person now. Not. No. It's like I'm not going to be picking up Persona 5, Persona 6 at release. Hell, I bought Shin Megami Tensei 5 at launch, and I've still only played like 2 hours of it. What would I get rid of? Special accessory, that. Is it worth swapping the party now? Yeah, put Sed back in, I guess. Yeah, Persona 5 got milked. And its overwhelming popularity also meant that Atlas decided to make the mainline SMT series closer to Persona, which I always hated as a concept. It doesn't help that Persona's dungeon crawling is and always has been terrible.
Guess we have no choice.
I actually quite enjoy the more mainline SMT dungeon crawling. Right, get him. What was her? I think it was wind. Alright, let's do it. Beautiful. Nice. Well, classic dungeon crawling, like, if you're into it, can be some of the most engaging, simple entertainment. I keep wanting to sit down and play through Shin Megami Tensei if for that. Because, like, that game is like nothing but, and there's some really neat ideas in it. Alright, let's see how this does. I expect this to win the turn. Beautiful. Alright, time to finish up. Like, if it wasn't for mainline SMT anyway, I wouldn't have gotten into dungeon crawling the way I did. It was thanks to Strange Journey that I found I enjoyed the dungeon crawling. One day I'll play through that game again. One day. Yeah, I don't know that much about Grandia Extreme. So I couldn't really tell you. How would you open it from the other side? Another one of these? Huh. Everybody's learned the resistance, haven't they? Requires special accessory, which means that the only person I could put it on then would be Sed. Oh, I don't think I have any like straightforward dungeon crawlers lined up for this year. I should change that. No, I need to select. Yeah, I should change that and put a good dungeon crawler on the list.
Oh no, look out!
Oh boy, the black Kelolons. Oh no, the hellish Kelolon. They're even worse. Good damage. Real shame they've got so much health. So the advantage of my having gone through side areas, like in this pre-endgame phase, is that I am very well equipped, and the skills my immortals have make them incredibly powerful. For example, all 4 of my immortals have the ability to negate any elemental attack and any status ailment. And I wish it could have been like that. The game's been interesting in regards to the grinding, though, in that it seems like every enemy has... Like, every area has enemies that hit, like, a specific level threshold. Once you level up with that enemy, like, that enemy set, they'll offer so little experience. So you'll know exactly how much you need to grind to be expected to challenge the boss of the area. Because your level ups will basically stop happening. Well, Sad's gonna die. So it's like every level requires the same amount of SP to hit the next level. The difference is how much each enemy will give you based on your current level. Right.
Okay. I saw the other side. Okay.
I'm not done yet.
Right. Okay.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. I want these attacks to get off pretty quickly. Excellent.
Okay. I saw the other side.
Okay. So, Seth should level up from this fight as a result.
It appears I've still got a lot to learn.
See, there you go. Full level up for every character because that enemy was considered as, like, such a big deal. And the game's just kind of odd like that in regards to how the level up system works. It's very specifically about the specific enemies you're facing. And it's not uncommon, especially when entering new areas, for your first few battles to level up each character a full level. Go. Yeah, that's probably fine. Like I say, though, it is a very slow pace. I think once we're done with this area, we're gonna go for final dungeon. Okay, so that opens up a different path. Alright, just a chest. Orichalcum. Any rings? Taken. Simple, but it could be effective. Yeah, I'm not going to want to change Chimes. I'm probably not going to want to change Seth's. And with my other characters all being back row characters who don't tend to attack. Damage up, Machine Killer. Spartan might do me better than that. Especially since we've been fighting a bunch of beasts here. Could do with the boost on those. Let's go save. Yeah, I think essentially I've put myself in a really good position in this game to take on almost anything. I'd like some of my damage to be higher, but like we're very capable of versatility. And surviving attrition.
If it's a fight you want, you got it.
Oh boy, these things again. There's pretty good damage per turn, they just have so much health. And clearly high defense. If anything, it might be worth just having my magic use as guard during this fight. Because when they guard, they heal and restore MP. Which was a good idea to set on. How much HP and MP they restore whenever they defend is based off percentages, so the more important aspect of that is the MP, and they both have, I think, max MP. So they restore a good amount per. Like, I think there's only one magic spell that they wouldn't be able to cast if they were at 0 MP, and then did a guard restore. They wouldn't be able to cast next turn. We can take a look. Black magic. Leveler, there you go. 150. I cannot see that attack ever being worth it. But because they can restore their MP like that, they can also just continuously heal the entire party. And because Defend comes before every other turn in the line, even if we kill the enemy in that specific turn, they still get the benefit of the guard heal and MP restore.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Whoa, I'm getting too old for this.
That's another full level up for everybody. And the stat gains per level in this game are actually pretty substantial too. Okay. So each level generally feels like it's worth it. Which is good. I like RPGs where the levels individually feel like they matter. Rather than RPGs where it's like you've got to do 4 or 5 levels to feel like you've done anything.
We've taken the advantage.
Right? I really wanted Sarah to go before Ming. I'm not overly interested in it, honestly. Like, after the way Resident Evil Village fell apart, plot-wise in its endgame, I really lost a lot. I lost pretty much any interest in following the series past that. The exception I made was Resident Evil 4 Remake, because it was Resident Evil 4. I was already aware of the story of it. Like, what they changed, and it was well regarded. I was like, I'll take a look at this, and it was really good. But the way that Resident Evil 8, more than anything, proved that Capcom cannot move on past Umbrella, even if all they're doing is paying lip service to it. And then Requiem's like, oh yeah, we're going back to the ruins of Raccoon City. You mean that city that was supposed to be completely destroyed in a nuclear attack to wipe out any trace of a biohazardous outbreak? It's like, really? We're going back to Raccoon City? And just the concept of it was like, I'm not going to get excited for this. Maybe it will be good, and I'll pick it up in a future point. But as of right now, like at the moment we're at, I don't really care. If it comes out and it's a good game, I'll end up picking it up because it's a good game, not because it's Resident Evil. Yeah. Probably should have hit it with the higher level spell. Yeah, maybe it'll be really good, and I'll end up picking it up because of that. Well, I don't know, like, I'm not really excited for the return of franchises that I used to really love. Mostly because they're not the franchises that I used to really love anymore. They're completely different. They've moved on and I've moved on. Like with Silent Hill 2 Remake, it came out, and I heard it was really good, and I saw some people playing it, and from what I've seen, the combat looks like it probably takes too long and too much of the focus of it. I did eventually buy it on sale, and I'll probably stream it at some point. But like, there were people who were excited because like, oh, it's the return of Silent Hill, and I was just like, Silent Hill's dead. I'm okay with that. Moved on. I think it's mostly the same in regards to like so much. It's like if Castlevania came back, I'd be cautiously curious. But Castlevania is. I'd be curious to see what they're doing with the name, but Castlevania is based. And it has been for a long time. And I did get my return to Castlevania goodness that I wanted with Bloodstained. Both in classic style and in Metroidvania style. And that was enough for me. I finally got like a new Castlevania Metroidvania. And that was enough. They're doing a new one, a new Bloodstained, a second Metroidvania style. And I'll admit, I'm interested. I'll probably pick that up. Because I did enjoy Ritual of the Night. And if this new one is technically better, then great. It'll probably be absolutely great. Because that was ultimately the biggest problem with Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, especially at launch. It was technically inept. It had a lot of technical problems. Not the way I want to go. But yeah, I'm happy having moved on and just being happy with what we got. But, I don't know, part of that whole attitude I have about it might be because, like, over the last 10 years or so, we've seen so many things we grew up with return in some form or fashion. Like, Star Wars came back. Star Trek The Next Generation came back. Continuations of old things. X-Files came back. so much came back and continued, and wasn't just reboots. Ghostbusters came back, and I feel like more than anything, that was one of the biggest mistakes.
We've taken the advantage.
There's this whole thing now of Buffy's coming back. And it is like, it's enough. It's happened so often that the idea of these things coming back, like with RoboCop, oh, we've brought Peter Weller back as the voice of RoboCop. Okay. Makes no difference. These things have happened so many times and they've lost their appeal. It's like with Kevin Conroy. When Kevin Conroy came back to play Batman again in Batman Arkham Asylum, big deal. Like, it was great. It was one of the... I don't think it was the first time he'd reprised his role, but it was one of the first. And then, like, over the next 10 years or so, he played the role again and again and again. And it went from Kevin Conroy's comeback being an amazing thing to Kevin Conroy's comeback is just another thing. It was cool, it wasn't special. Yep. Yeah, I'll give Sonic Team credit for that. They try different stuff. And like Sonic Frontiers, as much as I didn't really enjoy that game myself, I respected the ideas of it. Yeah, all your old favorites are back. It's like, hey, did you like dinosaur nuggets when you were a kid? They're back. And now you're having them once a week. Did you like alphabeti spaghetti when you were a kid? It's back, and now you're having it once a week. You like smiley face potatoes? They're back, and you're having them once a week, and it stops being special that all these old things that you used to love are coming back. Because it's just, it keeps happening. Yeah. There was so much. Like Beverly Hills Cop came back. Roseanne came back and then kicked out Roseanne, and the rest of the cast is still there. Full House came back. So much just came back because it was one of the easier things to try and get a quick amount of money out of for very little effort. Just cash in on nostalgia. Once the reboot bubble burst. It looks like an autocorrect fuck up. Manager cheer nostalgia. I don't think it's even a case of it not being as good as you remember. It's just not as good as the old stuff, is the thing. I think there's an interesting comparison to make with these things, these products, these franchises, whatever, that died and then came back 20 years later. And then compare it to something like The Simpsons that kept going, all of that. I don't know what the comparison to make is, but I think it's an interesting thing to look at the cultural difference of where one of them is versus where the other is. There it is. Remake the first Kingdom Hearts? Really? That sounds stupid. It wouldn't surprise me. But like, after how the Final Fantasy VII remake stuff has gone, I've no interest. There it is, my antidote. I think remaking a game is easier in some aspects than making a new game, partly because the framework is already there. Like, going back to Resident Evil, it's an idea I've had for why remake is so strong when Code Veronica and Zero both had problems. Just want them to die. Still alive, god damn it. Hey, Zeke. Oh, it's fake. Yeah, you have the main story, you can just build on that, the worlds that are there. Like, a lot of the groundwork preparation is already done for you. Like I said, I think it's a big part of the reason why Remake works as well as it does versus Code Veronica and Zero. I think Code Veronica proved that Capcom had kind of stretched the classic Resident Evil formula as thin as they could. By that time. And then Remake comes out and it's a lot stronger, and I think the reasoning for that is basically entirely because they already had the pre-established groundwork, they could just build upon it. The groundwork was already pretty strong anyway. And then Zero came out, and it just kind of proved that there wasn't really a strong idea of how to take this game concept further. And all the new ideas that Zero had were more of a hindrance than anything. Alright, let's do this. Really hate those things.
Looks like I still have work to do.
I think for enemies that are prone to blowing themselves up and also resurrecting each other, they have far too much health. How you doing, Seek? Okay, so this is probably the goal.
Oh no, look out!
I'm out of here.
It just takes so long to kill. That a thing on the floor? Probably not. No, it's just scenery. Alright.
Let your guard down, eh?
Yep. So I think the most important thing the last fight showed us is that we don't gain enough experience to justify this fight.
I'm out of here.
I feel like there's supposed to be something there. Double check if there's something to the side there. Where is there a chest? Okay. Yeah, I guess getting back to the... Can't jump over that. I guess getting back to the original question you asked before all the sidetracking. No, I'm not particularly interested in Resident Evil Requiem. I know it comes out at the end of this month, and I know Leon's in it. Kind of all I really know. Like, there's that. I think I watched the original trailer. It was basically impossible to avoid the Leon reveal. And I know the main character is the daughter of a character from Outbreak. I think the most interesting thing that could potentially come out of it is the possibility of an Outbreak remaster or remake. Because if Capcom is ever going to do anything with Outbreak, anything new with Outbreak, now would be the time. So it's either going to happen now to build up hype for Requiem, or it's not going to happen. I was really hoping it'd be dead by the end of that. So much health. At least we're still getting a level up per fight with these things, though. I think once that stops happening, they're not going to be worth fighting. At some point that's gonna hit and it's gonna piss me off.
Oh, I'm getting too old for this.
Oh, there it is. Level 69, it's not quite enough for a full level, but it is very close. Level 70 is probably going to stop being worth fighting them. How long have we been playing this game? 52 hours. I feel like you've got to give respect to a game that you can play for 52 hours and not be tired of. Just wanted to walk over it. Want to go up. Okay. Clearly I need to switch that around. The value in that? That position it was in originally then?
I'm gonna bury you.
There. Well, this'll take a while. We have an ad coming up. So I think we'll run the ad while I do this fight.
What you say?
Holy ra- I wonder. Let's try this out. I feel like we should wait for everybody to get back. Because this is going to be the first time we've used the ultimate black magic leveler. So I think everybody should have the chance to see. What's going on in the world today? Anything? Anything? Doesn't look like it. Oh well. And we're back.
Success!
So I decided we're gonna hit these guys with the ultimate black magic. And because we haven't cast that before, and depending on how this goes, we may never cast because it costs 150 MP. I figured it would be worth waiting for you guys to come back from the ad to see it. Go. It's fancy, but it is not worth 150 MP. Like, I get these guys have high magic defense, but if I'm spending that much on anything, I want it dead. Why is Seth sometimes sometimes absorbing shadow magic? That's odd. One down. And this is how we can keep going indefinitely in an extended dungeon full of dangerous enemies. We'll have it dead before the end of this turn.
Wasn't even near my level.
Yeah, there it is. We've definitely hit the point where it's not worth fighting those things anymore. What is Seth equipped with? Occasionally absorbs magic damage, alright. That's why she's sometimes absorbing shadow magic. I think at this point,
Take the initiative, I always say.
I might as well just be running from everything in here.
I'm out of here.
Let's do a save and we'll check what's over there. Alright, big door. This led me to like a nice convenient shortcut to an exit. I'd be really... I'm kind of tired of wandering this place. Okay. Where does this door?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna like this.
Last time we killed one of these, we got a full level up, so let's see. You know, occasionally countering magic, not been bad. Alright, what do we get?
It appears I've still got a lot to learn.
Oh, level ups. Alright. So those are still worth fighting.
Let's take him down.
Probably nothing else in here worth fighting, though.
I'm out of here.
What's the value of that? Check the other way. Yeah, that wasn't really worth. That probably makes that path accessible. Presumably we're aiming to get. So if we go back, should only need to move one thing. Get back to that balcony we couldn't cross. I think that's where that platform will have gone. One day we'll be out of this place.
Hey, take the initiative, I always say. I'm out of here.
back out the... There's a platform. There's the value of it. A ladder that I could not possibly make. And that's how we get to that. Perseverance. Emerald of Despair. It houses people's despair. Hopefully we can finish this place off now.
We've taken the advantage.
Hopefully that's almost it.
I'm out of here.
With Ming having learned stuff, yeah, it's a royal one. So Sed can have the nullify all ailments, but he can't have nullify all elements. Alright. Nullify all ailments is worth. Go place it.
You want to fight or what?
That's different. Alright, so these are all in the front, right? And it's just the big guy's also in the front? Alright. I thought he was going to be in the back. Jump. Whenever they're charging up, I have a bad feeling about it. Oh, all they have is elemental magic? Oh, that's not a worry then. Would have been a worry if I didn't have all my immortals immune to all of it. Big guy in the back's the only real concern, using shadow magic instead of elemental. Alright. Not the best thing to counter with there, Kime. That's somewhat better. Hey, Panda. Trying to have this thing dead before it moves again. Alright. There we go. And again. Beautiful. Damage is damage, as long as it doesn't absorb it. There we go. There's an interesting element in that if you have a double cast with both spells, or with the second spell on an target enemy that has died, then that second spell won't cast. That's a curious thing. So it means you have to try and anticipate if you want to get all of your money's worth out of it, I guess. Which is an old school Final Fantasy thing. Except an old school Final Fantasy was every attack. You target an enemy that died before that character got to take its turn, that character just didn't do anything. Some people lament that that isn't a thing anymore. Those people are stupid. And we're about to find out whether this fight was worth it.
It appears I've still got a lot to learn.
Yes. Good. Glad my time wasn't wasted. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna get to this altar, am I?
We've taken the advantage.
I'm out of here.
Right. With two. Place is too long as it is. gonna go home. Fuck this place. I've been here for like 2 hours today. I was here for at least 2 hours last time. At this point, the main thing that's keeping me from just running to the exit is I don't remember how much trouble it was to get in. I think it will be worth checking that other area down those stairs, though, to see if it does lead to the exit. Very least, like, we've gotten some decent equipment and stuff from this. We've gotten a bunch of levels. It's a shame that the game won't let you level up more than once per battle. Because the experience load out of this, if it carried over between levels, it'd be worth throwing one of the lower level characters in my party for individual battles just to get them like 2 or 3 levels per battle. Alright, I'm pretty sure this door leads back towards the end. Check that.
You wanna fight or what?
At the very least, the encounters here are clearly less troublesome.
We've taken the advantage!
I'm out of here.
What did this one? Chest over there, wasn't it?
New Mara's here!
should be the entrance.
No one can see your way.
Pretty sure the reward for this area is max ultimate spell, the ultimate spirit magic. But given how much we have so far, and that I'm probably not going to use Mac again, I don't think it's going to be worth the effort. And we've gotten everything I really need out of this place.
I'm out of here.
It is the entrance, yay. Like I've been in there forever.
Let your guard down, eh?
Let's go start the process of the final dungeon. I don't think we'll finish it today, but I think we'll accomplish something today.
I'm out of here.
Make a separate save in case I decide to push that at some point. If I remembered the specific way back, we could get right back to the top very quickly. But I'm probably not going to. Yeah, this is the close. Let's go. Go inside. How much money did I end up after the amount? Good. Now let's do this. Heading to Grandstaff. Over there. Gungora's going to be in for a surprise when he finds out we're immune to most of his magic. This looks nastier than the last time I was here.
Hey, is that it? Oh, the hypercurrents are protecting the damn thing. What is that glow?
That's magic energy. It's storing up power like a living creature.
It's getting stronger. I've never felt anything like it before.
Whoa, that's really creepy. Hey, you're not crying, are you? This isn't the time to be crying.
Can we get any closer?
This ship will be fine.
If you say so. These guys are going to be a problem, undeniably. Use the save point, though. So it looks like multiple pathways. Let's see if we're properly prepared.
I'm always ready.
Alright. Wind, fire. Yeah, ground is good for me. Pretty sure. Joke's on you, bitch. I'm immune. Okay, wind is not weak to ground. Probably the other way around, isn't it? Boom.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, we are over leveled for this. Which is good. Bro gets his all so cursed. That's bad. Alright. I really hope they don't bring back the card system they had in the experimental stuff. Not a fan of that. The chest over. And a ladder going down. This place is going to be a labyrinth. Heal it. I wonder if this is the final dungeon or if there's going to be a dungeon after this.
I'm always ready.
Okay. Kill it before it does something. There it is. Okay. I'm getting a bit excessive now, aren't we, pal? Right, what do we got? Hulber, Shilder. Both magic. One is water, one is fire. Fire is weak to water, water is... There we go. I was expecting more out of them. I might be really overprepared.
That was close.
Is there anything down here? When was the last time I walked into a final dungeon so thoroughly stacked? Probably Digital Devil Saga 2. Well, I didn't walk into the final dungeon stacked. Ooh, there's my level. A tier 3 water magic. That's kind of annoying that the tier 3 water magic, and I know for a fact the tier 3 found magic is in this final dungeon, and it says we can't leave. So that's what this is. Alright. Yeah, it said I can't return to that point, which means all of that endgame stuff you have to do with 2 elements weaker than the others. Maybe you can leave. I don't know. But I don't generally like the idea of those 2 elements being locked into this final dungeon anyway, even if we could come in here and leave. Okay, so Grand Staff is a construct designed to absorb huge amounts of magical energy and release it in devastating attacks. That would likely mean that this place has to have serious instabilities in some area. We should have brought some bombs. Okay, don't like that. Could have figured it'd happen, but I don't like it.
I'm always ready.
All organic, all wind. I know I had it last time. I can't remember what the elements are now. Fire's weak to water. Is wind weak to fire? And then water's weak to ground? It's gotta be. Wind has to be weak to fire. That's the only way I can make it. Let's have a backup one, just in case. But just the one. No kill like overkill.
It appears I've still got a lot to learn.
Does it? Alright, we made it. I wonder how big this place is. We'll find out. A slot seed. How many of those do I have now? I have 3. Everybody's equal. Yeah, there's no point in raising Kime's MP. Yeah, put counter on there. Defense boost doesn't seem like a bad idea. We have another ad coming up though, and I could do it. So we're gonna run this ad, and we'll continue climbing Grandstaff. I think what I'm gonna do with this though is we'll call this session before the next ad. Because I don't want to get caught up in the usual thing of endgame RPG that I've never finished before, where this session ends up going for 7 hours. Because I'm expecting it any minute. So I think we'll end before the next ad. And then the next session should hopefully be the final one.
We need rest. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
Indeed. And we're back.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Good, I was intending to blow this place up. This place is oddly straightforward, and it concerns me. Like, the other shoe's gonna drop at some point, surely. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a monster in a box.
Let your guard down, eh?
Hello? You seem like you're going to be trouble. I am not going to hold back. Not a lot of damage for a tier 3 spell. High magic defense. Don't appreciate it. This is probably a 3-turn kill. That motherfucker heals. What if I hit it with water? What if I hit it with wind? About the same. Yeah, basically no experience out of that. And the only thing that's different is its models disappeared from that. So it's not worth fighting these things for me then. Oh, I'm guessing no way back up. Okay. That was probably a good idea. Okay. I wonder where I'd fall if I fell off this thing. Platform's on the other side, which means there's a way to the other side. Most likely from above. Probably this. Alright, it's going in the wrong direction. Might be that. Let's go back down, though. So far, not the most confusing final dungeon I've been in. Oh yeah, it's this. It's obvious. I was stupid to think otherwise. A door? Looks like a door, but it's not a door. Oh. Is that a guaranteed blind then? Blind on all enemies, right? There's no other shine. Just regular light damage, small light damage. Alright.
Just calm down, okay?
Alright. Kill it before it summons. But just in case it does summon. No. Use this time to recover MP. Okay. Why is everybody so slow? Did the first one go invisible? No, it's there. He just disappeared for some reason. And they're all pretty weak. Good. This place kind of gives me Kafka's Tower vibes. And by that I really mean the depiction of Kafka's Tower in Dissidia. But like, it's not hitting anywhere near as hard as Kafka's Tower does. And that's okay. I hope its bosses aren't as bullshit as Kafka's Towers. Alright, I'll just put that on Mac. Let's see if I ever put him in the party again. Probably not. This really is endgame. I don't really see the need to change out my party. The four immortals can do basically everything and cover like, all the bases. 2 strong physical attackers, 2 strong mages, and set with his gun means that he can bypass the rows. I did the testing on it, and he hits the back row, the damage isn't reduced. But if I am keeping Sed in the party, that means I should remove... Does Sed have ultimate analysis? He does, so I can take it off Kaim and give him something else. Double gold can go. So what worth putting on Seth? You know, spell counter hasn't been a bad shot for Kaim. You still have it? Where is it? He's equipped with it. Yeah, it's not been a bad one for Kaim. What we got? Anything for you? Doesn't look like it. And Ming has double SP equipped. Yeah, you can have spell counter. There we go. Because they don't stack, it covers the entire party with one party member. And Sed just has them. Any more than that is redundant. Where's this ladder go? I thought this would just be like maybe a hidden chest.
Not too smart, eh?
You look fearsome. You go down like a bitch, though. What? Right, there's something to that. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to stand for it. And the coup de grace.
That was close.
Man, if I'd come straight here as soon as this area became available, it would have probably been trouble. Looking at this, I think I'm probably going to have to get pushed off by that steam. There's probably going to be a necessity. Although there's the... Oh, there's a ladder here. I don't have to be pushed off. Oh, this is a ladder. How else would you get back up? stupid. I'm being stupid. Fuck. They baited me. Well, that's all the elements now. And just reach up and press the button. I have enjoyed this game overall. I hope the final boss isn't bullshit. But based on, like, the damage I'm currently doing, plus my immunities and such, plus how over-leveled I seem to be based on the experience I'm getting, I feel like for the final boss to be a problem, it would have to be, like, super boss levels of bullshit. Wind. Okay. So that's the catch of it. They have low health and low physical defense, but high magic defense.
Like taking candy from a baby.
Unfortunately for them, they ran into me. A guy who obsessively physically attacks. Like, if I didn't have Ming and Sarah set up so that if they defend, they recover MP and HP, I would have them attack just so they're doing physically attack. Is the switch for that up there? Like, there's nothing up there. There's nothing up there. Does Ted have a thing about finding hidden treasure? Was there a thing about finding hidden treasure? I feel like there was. There was something about finding hidden treasure somewhere. But if I had it, I would have had people learn it. I'm getting confused with another game. I don't know what I'm thinking then. Anyway. That doesn't look like it's working. Can't interact with it. Boy, I love RPG block pushing puzzles. I mean, if one of the adults lifted their hand, they could reach. Where does this go? Oh, right back to where we were. Convenient. But this whole thing has just led me in a circle. Which begs the question, why? Why did I do this? I turned off a steam pipe that wasn't blocking me from my apparent progress. If my progress is the elevator that's next to the one that I came upon. I can't grab that to move it. Nothing there anyway. This whole area seems odd. Was it just about grabbing the items here, make a big detour just to grab the items here, and then it loops back in on itself?
Oh no, look out!
I feel like that is a really uncommon thing to do. So uncommon that it has been mystified. No, do the spell.
That was a close one.
Carefully walk across them. Oh, that was a circle. Right. See what's over in this big area. More of these guys. Wonder if the intention with these guys is for you to level up if you need it. Because that could be an interesting design choice, actually. Optional encounters in the final dungeon that'll get you ready for the final boss if you need them. Be neat. Going down again. Okay.
If it's a fight you want, you got it.
Right. You. Alright. Go for that one-turn victory. Very good.
I did it! A perfect battle!
Welcome in, Panda. Okay, so this platform doesn't seem to lead anywhere then. So what's at the end of it? Huh? Nothing amazing. Worth knowing.
Not too smart, eh?
Yeah, it's not even worth the mages attacking her. In theory, both good moves. In practice, you're going to die, and there is nothing you can do to stop it.
Like taking candy from a baby.
Excellent. Alright, let's see where else we can go with this. I don't know what that weird shaped space is on that level. Not getting through that yet. This is probably just to get me back up. But I should take a look. There's nothing down. That's what this weird shaped space is. Alright. There is nothing down. The goal would be climbed up that. It has to be in this direction.
Not too smart, eh?
You know what, let's give the mages a chance to shine. Is it fire? Wind, fire... I believe so. And just to make sure.
Dog power of death. Dog power of death.
Beautiful. B-E-A-U-T-ful.
Like a needless battle.
Love it. Yeah, tear Gongora apart. It's gonna be amazing. Gonna cry like a bitch. And everything will have been worth it. Alright, so we're on the other side. Surely the switch for that is over here. No? Yeah, I guess you're just always taking the scenic route. Oh well. Oh, you're all gonna fight me at the same time. I was expecting to fight you one by one as I climb the staff.
Took some real guts, your worshipness. Okay, pick me up. Come on. White bow. Watch out! Come on! Okay, careful, careful. Okay, here I come. Catch me!
I'm really disappointed now. I thought we were going to climb to the top of that thing And I was expecting, like, oh yeah, that won't be the final dungeon. We'll end up going to the Hall of Mirrors. Or the Tower of Mirrors, whatever it was. But for them to just fly away, really disappointed.
Lord Gongora is on the verge of becoming a god. You may not approach during this hallowed time.
Bunch of crap. Yeah, sounds to me like he's just shooting his mouth off.
Boys, can I interest you in a 12-step skincare routine? No? She'll just have to die.
We are the darkness. You should sink into the darkness yourself.
Different colours. Why? What does it signify? No elements, no types. Treat this seriously. There we go. Cool. You guys perform at parties?
Here. Here.
Here goes. Here goes.
The health is too low. 1500? No. There's something to this. There it is. Did you really think I came to this party unprepared? What is your trick? You two are casting. You three are casting. You three aren't. Why? What's the difference? We're all in the front, but there's no GC. Is it a puzzle? And if it is, then what are the clues? Okay, so none of them are vulnerable. If it was a time battle sequence where we're only supposed to last so long, it would have been over by now. What was the difference there? Why did that suddenly work? Is it that one of them's vulnerable per turn, and you just have to guess? Is that it? It is. One of them is vulnerable per turn. Is it? That doesn't make sense because we hit that guy this turn. Are they vulnerable to different things? Is that it? Son of a bitch, is it that simple? reverse it. No, because that one worked. That one didn't. Red, green, black. Assume the opposite. What is it? So I'm pretty sure what it is each of the stages, the colours they are represent an element, and that element is what they're weak to. My initial thought when I realised it was the element represented what they were attuned to, and they'd be weak to the opposite, but that wasn't the case. So red was weak to fire, green was weak to wind, so on and so forth. So what is black weak to? can't heal the enemy in this game. And I tried Shine, and it didn't do anything. Tried Divide, didn't do anything. Guess we're just trying everything. Ailments? Really? Black was just ground? Black was just earth? Alright. Give him all the earth he can have.
That seemed like a needless battle.
Gongora.
Let's follow Grand Staff. Sen, give us maximum speed.
Everybody, get to the bridge! Now!
Mac, Cook, hurry up.
Sarah, look at that!
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
It's magic energy. It's boiling up from deep within the stars.
Wait a minute. Stars? Isn't the magic energy coming from that tower of mirror thing? There?
The mirrors, they're behind the stars?
They'll burn up. So that's what Gungar is aiming to do. Destroy the mirrors. Only do that, blow the stars away.
He's a fool. If he does that, he'll be the one blown away.
We can't just sit here. We have to figure out what he wants. Well, now see there? That sounds like you're finally talking some sense.
Okay. Oh, we have a destination. And I think that is going to be where we call it today. It wasn't an awful fight. It took longer to figure it out than I really should have. Disappointed in myself for it. Anyway, we'll continue this. I was expecting the Tower of Mirrors to be the final dungeon. Surprised we didn't get to continue climbing up Grand Staff, though. But yeah. I want to thank everybody who joined the stream. I really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Who do we have? Clem popped in to say he'd be busy, but I appreciate him popping in regardless. Icy, Speak, Ando is here, and that is Body. Thank you so much for watching me enjoy. Keep me company, chat is always. Probably be able to be back on Wednesday. See how we're doing. We're getting close to the end. Like, we know we're getting close. The question is just, like, how many more sessions is it gonna take? But I think ideally by next week we will be doing Jade Empire. Look forward to that. What we're gonna do after that, I'm not sure. What was I originally intending? East. I was originally intending East. Maybe East after that. Maybe I'll throw another a traditional JRPG in there. I'll have to look at the list, because I don't want to be doing like the same type of game back to back. And East is an action RPG. Probably use that to split up the gym. We'll see. East will happen this year, though. Most assuredly. Unless I have one more sound alert for the road. Excellent. And with that, there's not really anything else to say, except thank you all for watching, have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and we'll catch you next time, guys.